shit, Quan. That right, so. My nigga been hustling, tryna make him something. Ain't no telling what he'll do for the paper. Ain't no telling. Souffle.
Sup slackers, welcome to Book Cheats. Today we'll be talking about Of Mice and Men, Chapter 5. This chapter is set on a Sunday afternoon. Everybody is outside enjoying the day, everybody except Lenny. Lenny is in the barn, stroking his dead puppy. He asks the puppy why it had to go and get killed. He talks to himself and says that he was careful and he was trying to be soft with it. He complains to himself that George isn't going to let him tend the rabbits anymore. Lenny then hides his puppy in the hay and wonders if it's a bad enough thing for him to go and hide it in the brush by the river. Lenny gets mad at the puppy and picks up the puppy and chucks it across the barn. Lenny angrily tells the puppy that because he died, George isn't going to let him tend the rabbits. Lenny goes and grabs the puppy and starts to stroke it again and wonders if George will even care that the puppy's dead. As Lenny's having this internal struggle, Curly's wife sneaks up on him. She asks Lenny what he has in his hand. Lenny freaks out and hides the puppy in the hay. Lenny says that he can't talk to her because George said not to talk to her. Curly's wife says that if Curly gets mad, Lenny can break his other hand. Lenny, with the death of his puppy on his conscience, is 100% convinced not to talk to her. Lenny's wife gets pissed and starts ranting how she could have been part of a roadshow when she was 15, and that she even could have been an actress because somebody wanted to put her in the movies. She tells Lenny that they can get another puppy for him. She says that she wished she didn't marry Curly, and that she just married him to spite her mother. As Curly's wife is ranting, Lenny has one thing on his mind: how he can still take care of his rabbit patch, and how he cannot have George mad at him anymore. Curly's wife asks why he's so obsessed with rabbits. Lenny says that he just likes soft things, and that he'll pet anything, even mice, if he can't get his hands on anything else. She says, "You're nuts," and she scoots away from him. Lenny explains that he just likes softness. She asks him if he likes velvet and silk. He chuckles yes and remembers that his Aunt Clara gave him a piece of velvet, and he gets sad because he remembers he lost it. Curly's wife chuckles and says that you're just a big baby. Curly's wife says that her hair is soft and grabs Lenny's hand and puts it on her head. Lenny starts to pet her hair and she tells him not to mess up her hair. She tells Lenny again not to mess up her hair. Lenny, in sort of a trance, continues to pet her hair. She then pulls away to get away from him. As she's pulling away, her hair goes through Lenny's fingers and he grabs on. She starts to yell at Lenny to let go and stop it. Lenny freaks out because she's screaming and he puts his hand over her mouth. She fights and struggles and tries to escape, and Lenny just keeps telling her to stop screaming because he doesn't want George to find out about it. She keeps struggling violently, and at one point Lenny pulls his hand away to see if she's calmed down. She lets out a scream and Lenny puts his hand back over her mouth and starts to shake her. Lenny pleads with her to stop. She suddenly becomes still.
My hair is really soft, you should touch it. Don't mess up my hair. Stop it. Shh.
Lenny lets go of her, but he says that he's sorry and that he just didn't want George to find out. When she doesn't respond, Lenny picks up her hand and drops it and it just flops. Lenny had broken her neck. He then realizes that he killed her and he starts to repeat that he did a bad thing. He covers her body with hay as best he can. He looks down at the two bodies that he recently killed, his little puppy and Curly's wife. He determines that to have two dead bodies there would look bad, so he decides to cover Curly's wife as best he can with hay and to throw the dog away in a trash can. He puts his dog in his jacket, and Lenny sneaks out of the barn. After some time, Candy comes into the barn and discovers the body. He goes and gets George. George automatically knows it was Lenny. Candy asks what they should do. George says that they need to tell everybody. They wonder if they'll throw Lenny in jail or kill him. Candy asks if they can still do the ranch. George doesn't answer. George just says that Lenny didn't do it out of meanness. He asks Candy to wait a few minutes and act like he just found the body so that people don't think he and Lenny both did it. George heads back to the bunkhouse. After George leaves, Candy gets mad at Curly's wife for getting into trouble, and Candy gets mad at her also for ruining their plans of the ranch. Candy goes and tells everybody what happened, and they all go into the barn. Curly says he knows Lenny did it, and that he's gonna kill him. Slim is slower to point the finger, and he slowly deducts that it actually was Lenny. George asks Slim if they can throw him in prison instead of killing him. Slim tells him that Lenny won't be any good locked up. George sadly says he knows. Carlson comes in and says that Lenny took his pistol. Curly tells Whit to get the sheriff. Curly tells George to stick close to them or they'll think he had something to do with it. George asks Curly not to shoot him, and Curly says that he's gonna shoot his guts out. At the end of the chapter, Curly issues his final command and tells Candy to stay with the body to protect it. And that concludes the chapter. Thank you so much for watching Book Cheats. Please like and subscribe. Leave a question from your homework down below. Also, if there's any book you need to read for school, leave a comment and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Have a great day and slack on. Maybe I should struggle for a minute. Let's try that.
It's like a waterfall.
Okay. Is it recording?
Oh my gosh, you love softness? My hair's really soft. Come here, touch it. Don't mess it up though. Don't. I said don't. Shh.
I said don't.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Okay, now let's be real, I know you feel some type of way. I know you do. When I get to biting on her ear,